Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to night number 2 at SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros. Last week we had 410 cars at USA Speedway. This week, pro late models at Limaland. I am Scotty DeYoung, but my friends call me Scotty Too Hottie, and with me as always, Sean Neisted. Sean, how are you doing this Wednesday, my friend?
I am great now that it is 8 o'clock local time here on a Wednesday night. We are set to go racing for the second of 10 weeks of action with the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros. Asphalt Pros specializes in asphalt paving, repair, seal coating, and patching, as well as marking and striping your asphalt paving. So glad to have them on board. So glad to have everyone tuning in here tonight. And you know, I alluded here just a little bit ago, Scotty, to a surprise on tonight's broadcast. Do you suppose we should go ahead and let the folks who have
surprise?
There it is. Jerry Van Sickle's here with us tonight. J-Van, the voice of Marshalltown and Boone Speedways and so many great events all across the upper plains and all across the country. So good to have you here joining us for this night of action with the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros.
Yes, Sean, it is. It's that idiot, and he's here tonight. I haven't done this since the pandemic. You know, we did this. We did a lot of this last year during the pandemic on online, and it was like we started racing, and then it was all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's winter time again, and it got cold, and it's like, you know, it's time to keep the old vocal cords warm and see if we can make some stuff happen. And you told me there was late models. You know me, I'm all about tires and fenders, and well, here we go.
So here we go, and I know you are going to enjoy tonight's show. We're going to cap this thing off with a 50-lap Buzz Be Gone A feature event for these SODAK iRacers here tonight, and really looking forward to that. In the process to get qualified, we will have our Broken Arrow Whitetails qualifications, $25 to the driver who sets the fast time tonight. We'll have 5 Rustad Design Center heat races here this evening, transferring the top 4 finishers from each Rustad Design Center's heat race into tonight's A main. We'll have our C feature event, plus the Caleb Johnson Racing B main. That'll set the field for the 50-lapper to cap it off at Limaland Speedway. If you're just tuning in and maybe you're not familiar with iRacing, guys, let's talk about this racetrack. Last week we were on the biggest dirt track that there is on iRacing. The USA Speedway is nearly 3/4 of a mile. Tonight, it's a completely different story. You see this Limaland track in front of us. Give me your opinion of this track right now as we see the guys running here with just shy of 12 minutes left to practice.
I love it. That's one of this became one of my favorite tracks last year. I mean, it's a tight little bull ring. You know, it's what I enjoy. You know, you put that racing right in front of everybody, and you know, even though it is the virtual, it still does produce some great racing. There's some great talent. Been watching practice and tuned in on the last night, the show last night, and the racetrack was. It's pretty racy. I mean, Sean, you even ran 5th in the practice feature. I was so excited. I mean, I was as giddy as Gilligan when the skipper found me on the dock after a night of partying. I mean, Ginger, Marianne, and the gang, I was excited.
Yeah, wheeled that thing all the way from the pole position up to wherever it was I finished last night. I don't know. I might have fallen to 10th in the last few laps there, but
I mean, you were leading that thing for a while.
I did, and I never raced late models on iRacing, so felt good. Behind us, there was a lot of 2 and 3 wide action. Scotty, you know bull rings as well as anybody around here, being the voice of Raceway Park and Off-Road Speedway. You know bull rings as well as the rest of us, so kind of take us around your thoughts going into this action tonight.
I mean, any bull ring is going to be fast and action-packed, especially with late models, and like we saw a couple times this year, and of course weekly over at the Off-Road Speedway, late models put on one great show, and especially when you got a lot of talent behind the wheel like these guys in the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros. I mean, we're in for a special treat tonight too, as you see a couple of them hopping the tires here, but a few cars we haven't seen quite yet. I see Nate Barger in the 98 is back, so glad to see No Lift Nate Barger back here on the SODAK iRacing series. And yeah, just looking for a good night of action-packed fun.
Scotty, I hate to interrupt you here, but do I see on my screen right now and timing in 45th in practice, Ross Van Eck? You know who Ross is, don't you?
I do.
Looking at my live timing. Yes,
I do.
Yes, it is.
That is like my race pass himself right there. Holy goodness! I didn't know he was in this league. I mean, you know, he is from Nebraska. And you know, if you are a Nebraska football fan, congratulations on the win this Saturday.
Ow!
I know.
Oh, shots fired from Iowa already.
Yes.
I'd say go Hawkeyes, but they lost the game too.
Well, you know, I mean, they showed up to not win last Saturday like normal, and they had her in the bag till they played to not win. But I couldn't believe it. I looked there, and yeah, you know, we talk about this when you talk about all the little bull rings. You know, we talk about racing, how it started on the big half miles. You know, and you look at a place like USA, which actually was a asphalt racetrack, which they put dirt on in the virtual world, which is still produces some great racing and everything. It's neat to bring these things, whether it's the late models or the modifieds or the sprint cars, and watch these guys get to go elbows up and duke it out.
What I liked about this racetrack last night, running the practice show, is everybody was so equal. The whole field was really, really tight, and it actually got really interesting when the lead pack got into lap traffic. And that's what really reminded me of the racetracks that we have around our area here, the rapid speedways, the I-90s, the Husets, where it's down your way too, Jerry, with Marshalltown and Boone. When you get the cars going around there, you get into lap traffic, that's when things get really entertaining for us, the race fans.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing about it. I mean, you know, you start to string things out a little bit, and it's kind of like, yeah, they're going fast in a circle, but you know, it's when you start watching a guy, and we'll see it here tonight on the broadcast, the race, we'll see these guys get into some lap traffic pretty quick here at Limaland as we stay in those green flag runs. And of course, if you are kind of new to this deal, heat races and B mains, typically you will not see a caution. If they crash, well, you know what, they crashed. But come feature time, we'll throw some yellow flags in there, and it will bunch that field up, and then it gives that guy, that leader, a little bit of breathing room and to get out of that lap traffic. But I guarantee you tonight's 50 lapper is going to produce some huge lap traffic racing.
Yeah, and especially should be very exciting. Scotty, you talk about the bull rings too. You see down there at Raceway Park, and traffic is a big part of the program for you guys down there too.
Oh yeah, lap traffic usually is a factor, especially when the repairablevehicle.com tri-state late models come in. It's always fun to watch and to see who can navigate that lap traffic the best and get through it smoothly to finish out on top for sure.
So we have about 6.5 minutes left of practice, guys. I'm actually going to change headsets back. I'm hearing that.
Yeah, I was going to say, try that real quick, see if that's.
Yeah. I'm going to change some things here, and you guys go ahead and get us ready. We've got about 6 minutes away from we get into our Broken Arrow Whitetails QuickTime qualifications. You
bet. So we'll see 3 minutes with 2 laps, Scotty, and you know, it's going to be. We'll see some quick times around this place. I mean, they'll be in them sub-second laps, and we'll watch for them to see who's quick tonight. Like we said, it looks like right now 48 drivers going to vie for those spots in tonight's feature event.
And also, whoever gets quick time tonight from Volt's Concrete trifecta bonus, if someone can get the quick time, heat win, and feature win, $400 to win the championship, and pays down to 10th for Jack's Custom Rods as well. So the trifecta bonus also in effect here tonight. Last week, Tanner Koster had the quick time, but had some trouble in his heat race, could not get the trifecta. Could we possibly see someone tonight possibly get the trifecta? We'll just have to wait and find out, as we have pro late models here at Limaland Speedway here for the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros.
Of course, taking a look at some of our other great sponsors, like you said, Broken Arrow Whitetail is going to present tonight. Quick Time Award winner, $25. Of course, Broken Arrow Whitetails is a small whitetail deer farm near Jackson, Minnesota. Look them up on Facebook and to see all of their swags, great photo, and some beautiful pictures of those. You know, you like to see them on the internet, not on the front of your car, but those great whitetail deer that you can hunt. Of course, the Cabaret, I go over there in Carthage, South Dakota. The Cabaret is the iconic bar and steakhouse of Carthage, South Dakota. The Cabaret was featured in the movie Into the Wild. I got to go back and watch that movie. I don't remember that, but now that I know that, I'm going to have to go watch that and see if I can pick up on that, Scotty.
Absolutely. Liquor Mart also bringing you a heat race here tonight. Liquor Mart South Sioux Falls, a quality liquor store in the heart of Southeast Sioux Falls with a great selection of craft beer, wine, and liquor. Liquor Mart South has a drive-up window for ultimate customer service and convenience. Heat race number 3 brought to you by Volts Concrete and Construction. Has experience and talent for any job. Call 605-480-3672 anytime for a free estimate.
And, of course, our friends from Jack's Custom Rods said it'll be heat race number 5. Sponsors where they customize in those aid custom ice fishing rods and long rods. It's getting to be about ice fishing time, Scotty. I gotta get to the ice. I spent a little time in the boat this summer when we weren't kind of racing. We had some time off there, and well, now we get time off from doing this and doing a little car racing. It's time to go do a lot of ice fishing. I sure do enjoy. Even though you think about it, it's like 20 below out, and you're sitting in a little hut. And nothing wrong with some ice fishing.
You know, that is one thing I have not done yet is ice fishing. We might have to change that this year.
Yeah, why not? Go get yourself one of those Jack's Custom Rods and just sit out there. You know, in worst case scenario, if you don't catch any fish, you can always catch a buzz.
Hey, can you hear me? Am I back? Am I here?
Yeah, a little echo, but we can hear you.
Oh, you don't sound like you've gone to the alien mothership. Did we lose him?
No, I'm here. Just still working on things. Am I here still?
Oh.
Yeah, you're still here, Sean.
Okay. Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, just
no,
working
you're
on
not
things.
here. You're there because I'm here, so you're there.
Yes.
You can't be here if you're there.
So this is the fun of, technology and live broadcasts, but we're going to get her dialed in. We'll be good.
Yeah. Get her super tuned.
Hey, there we go. I can hear you guys. I can hear the race cars. I think I'm set. As long as you guys can hear me, or maybe you're better off not hearing me.
Oh, no, we can hear you. Glad to have you back.
All right. We'll go back to work on my other plan for next week's broadcast.
Yeah.
The important part is we're here, people are tuning in, and we've got about 50 drivers checked in for battle here tonight. Hey, we need everyone to do something with us on Facebook. Has everyone let us know they're tuned in yet? We need to let us know on the Advantage Racing Facebook page. If you are watching, give us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Also, share this video feed. Make sure all of your friends and family know that there is absolutely live, free, local racing going on tonight. All they have to do is come right here to the Advantage Racing Facebook page. So share it, share the stream, give us a comment, and we'll look at some of the comments here when we get an opportunity through the night and let people know what's going on. Scotty, have you shared the post yet? Have you shared the video yet? Where are you watching from tonight?
Well, I've got a big screen TV in front of me and a laptop in front of me and 2 more computers to my left. It's actually being pushed to my announcer page on Facebook as well as our Racers for Autism page. So yeah, we have this cross posted to a few different pages as well here tonight.
Perfect. I saw Jerry shared it. Well done.
Oh, I got a watch party going. Might as well get a watch party going.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you have a watch party? Get all your friends, tell them to go. Of course, I tell you, if you're looking for any, outdoor action, and you can go to the Advantage Racing TV, that you can go watch a little replay action. Summer racing are racing all summer long, so you got that available to you too, and some great highlights on the Advantage Racing TV Facebook page. A lot of stuff. Check it out.
Cody Bulware has already checked in, said having J-Van and Scotty together tonight could be trouble. So you guys best behave, okay?
I'm just speechless, Cody Bulwer. I don't know
No
what to
comment.
say.
So good to see John Havronic has checked in. John out there with the Wagner Speedway. So it's a ways from here, but always good to head out there with repairablevehicles.com, Tri-State Late Models, and Property Solutions of America Midwest Sprint Touring Series. Guys, it's time. Things are changing. It's time to get into competition for the first time tonight. Those Broken Arrow Whitetails quick time qualifications, they're about to get underway. Not only do we have that $25 on the line for the quick time, also sets you up for the Volts Concrete Trifecta, but also this is going to set the starting lineups for all 5 of our Rusted Design Center heat races. And for those folks watching at home, Scotty, I know we've explained it to them several times. They're not going to see every car make every single lap right now when we get into these qualifications.
No, they're not. A few guys are going to be out here on the track getting some more practice laps in before heat races. But it looks like Connor Hamilton on top of the chart. No, Caleb Johnson on top of the chart already with a 12.814 quick time already for Caleb Johnson, driver the number 22.
That's how quick things are going to go here in these qualifications, as Caleb Johnson, 12.716 atop the charts. Tanner Koster, 12.8. Now Matt Jaratowski up to 12.796 third quick, but Travis Bott just knocked him down to third. The number 16 of Travis Bott goes 12.772. Everyone firing after Caleb Johnson's 12.716, including Kevin Plegman. Shooters up to the second spot, a 12.720. Towski, Bott, Trey Thiesenvitz in the top 5, a 12.765 gets you in the top 5 right now. So time's coming in hot and heavy. We're halfway through our Broken Arrow Whitetails quick time qualification session.
And right after time trials here, we're going to be getting set for the Rusted Design Center heat races. 5 heat races coming to you tonight, and then a B feature, and then to our Buzz Be Gone A feature. 50 laps here tonight. I can't wait till A feature comes down, and we're going to see a lot of close door-to-door action here tonight, guys.
Dude, 50 laps is a long race. We ran that practice race last night, and I'm not fast, but I was sweating. That was a long race last night. A lot of tight action for 50 laps around here. 50 seconds to go. It's Gage, Johnson, Plegman. Oh, Jordan Gage shot up there quick time, 12.711 for the 0-2. Caleb Johnson, Kevin Plegman, Matt Jaratowski, Skylar Devaney, the top 5 right now in times. Jordan Gage, Scotty, if you remember last week, he said he didn't really like the sprint cars. He had a podium finish, said he was really looking forward to the late model race. Right now, he's sitting up there top of the charts in these Broken Arrow Whitetails quick times.
That he is with a 12.711. So let's see what he can do come heat race time and punch his ticket to the Buzz Be Gone A feature.
So still seeing Jordan Gage up top, Caleb Johnson, Plegman, Towski, Skylar Devaney, McCaleb Volts running in the 4th spot. Tyler Johnson, if you recall, picked up a win with the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros last season, and it was in late model action, and that was at the dirt track at Charlotte. So he'll have an opportunity to see if he can get another late model win here tonight. So it'll be Jordan Gage getting the $25 Broken Arrow Whitetails Award here tonight for the quick time. And just like that, we are set to get into heat race action. Heat race number 1 of the Rusted Design Center heat races, brought to us by the Cabaret, the iconic bar and steakhouse in Carthage, South Dakota. Scotty, do you have a look at that starting lineup?
Yes, we do. Starting on the pole, it's going to be the number 1 car of Travis Schurz. To the outside, the 49 of BROC STOUT. The inside of row number 2, driving the 09, that is Dominic Dobesh. And to the outside, the 42, Kyle Rosenboom. The inside of row number 3, driving the 23, it's Ice Cold Michelob, McCaleb Volts. And to the outside, he has a podium finish already here. It's the 02, Jordan Gage. Inside of row number 4, driving the 88, that is Travis D. Johnson. And to the outside, Karsten Hamilton. Inside of your 5th row, it is going to be Colton Anderson in the 514, and in the 556 to the outside, Darren Shanley.
Whoa, did I hear Darren Shanley in the lineup?
I actually think that's you. I think you.
Yes, I think that's me. So I
Yes.
was going to say that's D-Shan 2. That's me, and I'm not. I have no talent to drive a car. I mean, I'm
Are you
not
sure?
Not as. I mean, I can drive a car on the road, but I do not have the talent like you did to have a 5th place finish in the feature. So,
Yeah, you know. I saw some folks tuned in. They're watching from Colorado tonight. I want you to know, Jerry, Jared Nitro just chimed in. His wife Amanda has her J-Band sweatshirt on for tonight's action.
I know she does. I saw that. I was giddy with excitement. I was like, oh gosh.
All right, so 8 laps on these heat races, guys. Top 4 finishers go directly to the Buzz Be Gone A main. After that, they'll have to go to either the B or the C feature event. 8 laps around this little racetrack. It's going to go quick, so this is going to be exciting. Yellow flag laps here tonight, too. Last week, I know, Scotty, you were on the broadcast with me and watching. Yellow flag laps around a big half mile like USA, they took a while. Tonight, you're right back to green flag racing in no time. So we're going to be in for nonstop action for the next hour and a half or so.
That it will be. Well, we're used to nonstop action on bullring tracks, so going to get right to it here in just a few moments with heat race number 1, brought to you by the Cabaret from Carthage, South Dakota.
So it is. Travis Shores on the pole. BROC Stout next to him. They get set to bring us to the green flag. They'll work down the back straight away. Starts on all of these races tonight will be set by the pole sitter. You don't have to wait for the iRacing green flag to come out as we get set for the Cabaret heat race number 1. J-Man, take us away.
We'll work down into turn number 1 and 2, where it's going to be Travis Shore's work, and that one car to the bottom side of the racetrack. You'll see the top side. There's BROC Stout to the top. He'll rip the lip down the back straightaway, quick into turn number 3. We'll get 3 deep, now 4 wide. They fan out down the front straightaway. Contact down into turn 1 with 0-2 of Gage around.
So trouble here early on for the driver who set quick time. That's the 2nd week in a row the quick timer's had trouble in his heat race. Meanwhile, the race out front continues. The one of Travis Shores leads. BROC Stout rips the lip, coming after him, running in 2nd, and here comes Kyle Roseboom, Scotty.
As Travis Shores still with the race lead. BROC Stout, as we're on board with him, suddenly right behind on the high side now around Limaland Speedway in the number 49. Kyle Rosenboom, the 42 car, still runs in that 3rd place spot. Dominic Dobesh in the 09 sits 4th. And Ice Cold Michelob, your top 5, Jerry.
They'll work him up. There's still that great battle for the number 2 spot. It's Stout and Dobesh. They'll work side by side off of 2 and down the back straightaway. They'll hustle down into turn number 3. Leader out front. Travis Shores has been leading this from the drop of the green flag. They hurry down the front straightaway. Still side by side down into turn 1.
Boy, it is a good one there. The 42 Kyle Roseboom now with a slight advantage over the 49 of BROC Stout. They race side by side for 2nd. Behind them, the 09 Dominic Dobish has a 4th and final transfer spot here in the Cabaret heat race number 1 of the Rusted Design Center heat races. 7 laps in as your race leader, the one of Travis Shores, brings us off turn number 4. He'll look at the white flag.
White flag is out one more time around Limaland Speedway for Travis Shores. Kyle Rosenblum up in that 2nd place spot. BROC Stout shuffled back to 3rd. Dominic Dobesh holds on to that 4th and final transfer spot, but Michaela Bolt's trying to get there. He is not going to. Travis Shores, Kyle Rosenblum, BROC Stout, and Dominic Dobesh punch their ticket to tonight's A main.
A very entertaining Rusted Design Center Heat 1 brought to us by the Cabaret. Official finish of this one as it goes checker following those top 4. Michaela Volz was 5th, Adam Cooper 6th, Karsten Hamilton 7th, Colton Anderson was 8th, Jordan Gage and Travis Johnson completing the top 10. Getting set now for heat race number 2, the next event on the docket, brought to us by Liquor Mart South. Liquor Mart South, great liquor store there in Southeast Sioux Falls. Great selection of craft beer, wines, and liquor. They've got the drive-up window for your ultimate customer service and convenience. Liquor Mart South brings us heat race number 2. Guys, let's take a look at the starting grid on this one.
So on the pole, we'll see the 20 car. That's Austin Opdahl. To his outside, that'll be Brett Nielsen in the 10. Going to row number 2, we'll see Lance Ripka driving the buck and a quarter, the 125, and the 97 is Tanner Koster. Going to row 3 to the inside, Tyler Johnson. In the 5 and the 22 is Caleb Johnson, your quick time of the night. Going to row number 4, we will see Christopher Morit in the 55 and John Pittman in the 38. Looking at your 9th and 10th place starters, there he is, old My Race Pass himself, Ross Van Eck in the 444, and Dan Roman in the 91. Shotgun on the field, it's Elliot Umdahl in the 5-1, all alone in the 11th starting spot.
Just like that, guys, we're set for the green flag. We're underway. Liquor Mart South qualifying heat race number 2. 8 laps is the distance. 4 drivers from this one going to the Buzz Be Gone A main, and immediately we're 3 wide for the second spot. Getting the advantage, Brett Nielsen runs second, your early race leader. Out front is that number 20 of Austin Updahl. He puts lap number 1 into the books, Scotty.
Austin Updahl with the race lead, the 10 of Brett Nielsen running in second. Contact between Tanner Koster and Lance Ripka as they battle out for that third and fourth place spot. 3 wide right behind them for a split second. Tyler Johnson up in the top 5.
They'll hustle off a 2. They'll hustle off a 2 down the back straightaway. A little contact back there with the 5 machine of Johnson as we're on board with him. Off of turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. They'll hustle in front of the grandstands. Side by side battle for 3, 4, 5, and 6 as a Jim Dandy.
So Tyler Johnson able to muscle his way into the final transfer spot. Here comes the 125 of Ripka, made contact. Johnson able to sneak away. He continues to run fourth, has the final ticket out of this heat race. All alone out front, it is Austin Updahl. The number 20 machine rips it off of turn number 4. He's got Brett Nielsen in second. Nielsen has a little bit of company from defending series champion Tanner Koster.
Tanner Koster, the inside of Brett Nielsen, now battling for that second place spot. It's going to be Nielsen through the middle, Koster on the bottom, out front, Austin Updahl with a huge advantage coming into the turn there. Tyler Johnson holds on to that fourth and final transfer spot as we're on board with Koster to the inside of the racetrack, still trying to get around the 10 of Brett Nielsen.
So they'll hustle them down, laps winding down in this one, as it is still your race leader, Austin Updahl, down the back straightaway, leading this one from the drop of the green in the 20 car. They'll hustle down the front straightaway, battle ensuing for the number 2 spot between Nielsen and Ripka as we go down to turn 1 and 2.
That is the checkered flag right there. Good battle for the second spot. In the end, it's Austin Updahl picking up the win. Brett Nielsen second, Tanner Koster third, and the final transfer spot goes to the 5, Tyler Johnson. He'll punch his ticket directly to tonight's main. Heat race number 2, rest of the unofficial finish. Lance Ripka, 5th in the 125, 22. Caleb Johnson in 6th. Ross Van Eck was 7th. Christopher Morit in the 8th spot. Elliot Amdahl was 9th. And John Pittman ahead of Dan Roman in 10th and 11th. Get set now for heat race number 3, brought to us by Volts Concrete. Volts Concrete and Construction has experience and talent for any job. Call 605-480-3672 anytime for a free estimate. That's Volts Concrete and Construction bringing us heat race number 3 in the Rustad Design Center heat races tonight. Keep in mind, Rustad Design Center with a $10 bonus for anyone who picks up a win in our heat races. It'll be Jordan Updahl, the 41 on the pole, Nate Barger, the 98 outside of him, row 2, the 37 Dylan Sampson, and Dylan Workman, last week's A-main winner, will line up outside second row. Third row made up of the 16 of Travis Bott, 24 Kevin Plegman, shooter starts 6th. 7th starters Peyton Seitz through 25, Josh Hofer in the 94, the My Race Pass entry, and from the back, Shane Lewis starts 9th at 25, Kevin Rost from the outside of row number 5 for Volts Concrete heat race number 3 of 5 here tonight as we get set for another 8 laps of action. Pace truck to the infield, we go green.
They'll hurry down the front straightaway. Updahl from the drop of the green going to get the whole shot down into turn number 1 and 2 in that 41. Barger going to work the number 2 spot in the 98. And look at this, Dylan Sampson, you're going to come to the number 3 spot. Now they'll duke it out, fan it out 3 wide down the back straightaway. Now down the front straightaway they'll go. Race is ensuing for the race lead as Nate Barger is looking down on the inside of turn 3.
Barger with that Pepsi 98 works the bottom off of turn number 4. All sorts of pressure for Jordan Updahl. We go on board the 37 of Dylan Sampson. Sampson right there. You see the 16 of Travis Bott to his inside. Bott just took over the last transfer spot. Contact as they go into turn number 3. All sorts of chaos is going to ensue on that. But it means Dylan Sampson back into a transfer spot in car 37.
You got Barger, Updahl, Workman, Sampson. That's your top 4, and it is going to get hot and heavy for the top spot. They'll hustle down the back straightaway now. Down into turn number 1 they'll go. It is still Updahl, your race leader. Barger working second. Now Workman coming to the inside. Look at them there, tooth and nail. Down to turn number 3 and 4. They'll hustle. Once again, it is on for the race lead.
Roughing up some of that sheet metal on these late models here tonight as they battle tight for the positions. Nate Barger, your new race leader. Jordan Updahl and Dylan Workman side by side off of turn number 4. Dylan Sampson still has the final transfer spot. They rush through turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway they go with a lap and a half remaining.
They'll work him down into turn number 3 and 4. It is still Barger, your race leader, Opdahl, Workman, and Sampson. That's your top 4 qualifiers. They'll hurry to the white flag at the starter stand. Final time down into turn number 1 and 2. Nate Barger just kind of stood back and watched it happen. And now contact for second. They'll get together off of turn number 4. It's going to be Nate Barger with the win at the line. Give it to Opdahl, Workman, and Sampson, your top 4 transfer.
Ooh, some action and maybe some hot under the helmet here after our 3rd heat race of the night. And, you know, all the drivers were told to make sure they had plenty of thick skin for tonight's racing action. Following those 4 on the finish, Peyton Seitz was 5th, Travis Bott 6th, Josh Hofer, Kevin Rost, Shane Lewis, and Kevin Plegman. The 10 finishers from the Volts Concrete Construction Heat Race number 3. That'll take us to Shores Racing Heat Race number 4, another 8-lap event with 4 tickets directly to the A main. Jerry, let's take a look at this grid.
We'll see on the pole, the 39 is going to be Evan Miller into his outside, the 07 of Austin Hahn. Row number 2, it's the 2 of Brandon Griley, and it'll be the 4 of Tyler Gorel. Going to row number 3, it will be Trey. Help me out with that name, boys.
Trey Thiesenvitz.
There we go, Thiesenvitz and Matt Jiratowski in the 187. We will see Andrew Chenoweth in the 43 and Bob Bossman in the 15. Scheduled the 63 of Anthony Anderson and Benjamin Schaefer in the 89. Those are your cars and those are your stars for Shower Racing Heat Race number 4.
Interesting when you get these big cars on these little racetracks, it doesn't take a whole lot to use up the real estate and make contact with your neighbor, and we've seen that through our heat races tonight. We're going to see that all night long. The action's not going to stop. Here we come, guys. Green flag set to fly. 8 laps the distance.
8 laps the distance it is, and it's going to be the 39 car of Miller taking the green flag, slides way up the track now. Here comes the 2 of Grilly to the inside, as well as the 53 of Thiesenvitz. The 7 car of Austin Hahn in the mix as well. Contact with Thiesenvitz as we complete lap number 1.
You'll hurry on down as they work it back there. 2-3 wide racing back there for the 4th and final transfer spot. They'll hurry down. It's Thiesenvitz right there in the 4 car. He is 1 out looking in. Gorel right there as they fan it 3 wide. No, Doctor, the transfer is up for grabs.
Tyler Gorel ripping the top side as we're on board with him right in front of the 53 of Trey Thiesenvitz. Thiesenvitz going to hustle it to the bottom. They're side by side for the spot. They're side by side for the race lead. The number 2 of Brandon Grilly going up front, and he will lead them off and down to the halfway point.
The number 2 car finds his way to the front now as Miller gets shuffled back to that 2nd place spot. The 07 Austin Hahn sits in 3rd, and Tyler Gorel in that number 4 car sits in your 4th and final transfer spot, but he's got some company in the form of a 43 of Andrew Chenoweth and a number 53 of Trey Thiesenvitz.
Look at this, oh boy, sparklers and snakes on the outside as they cram them down there. It'll be to the top of the racetrack. They're right up there on the lip as we've got 2 to go, a lap and a half left in this one. Transfer, Thiesenvitz, you've got company. The hounds are coming, the white's out, and there's 1 to go.
Can Trey Thiesenvitz hang on? They're 3 wide for the transfer on the final lap. White Castle from the 43 of Chenoweth. The 53 of Thiesenvitz going to cross him over. They rip to the bottom. Grilly's going to get the win. Miller, Gorel, and Thiesenvitz in the last transfer. Oh my, on heat race number 4.
Trey Thiesenvitz says he wants to go fast, and go fast he did to get that 4th and final transfer spot into tonight's Buzz Be Gone A main event. Wow, what a heat race.
That'll make the hair on the back of your neck stand up, kids.
Austin Hahn was 5th. Chenoweth 6th, Jaratowski, Bessman, Schaefer, and Anderson, the finishing order on that one. Oh, man, we're just on heat race number 4. Jack's Custom Rods, heat race number 5. Next up, Jack's Custom Rods, specializing in handmade custom ice fishing and, of course, your soft water season rods as well. They're all built to your exact specifications. That's Jack's Custom Rods, bringing us the final heat race number 5 of the Rustad Design Center heat races tonight. Gentlemen, one more starting lineup to take a look at here. There it is. Let's take a look at it.
And It's going to be starting on the pole, going to be the 33 of Ethan Johnson. To the outside, the 17 of Bruce Jones. Inside of row number 2, driving the 3 car, that is Connor Hamilton. And to the outside in the 6, that's going to be Nick Beinhoff. To the inside of row number 3, driving the 111, it's going to be Ryan McCarty. To the outside, the 8 car, Skylar Devaney. To the inside of row number 4, it's going to be Alex Tietjen in the 32 car. To the outside, the 13, John Coots. And starting in the 5th row is going to be the 99 of Aiden Lloyd. To the inside, to the outside, the 29 of Dan Renner. Looks like we're going to go green here, Jerry.
Green flag out of your 5th and final heat race as we thunder down into turn 1 and 2. It's going to be Johnson, followed by Jones as they work down the back straightaway. Battle they're going to ensue as they get 3 wide for the number 3 spot. Look out, trouble's up to the number 2 spot. Oh boy, they're going to shuffle the field on around as Johnson, Hamilton, McCarty, and Renner your top 4.
Yeah, Dan Renner, the big beneficiary here. He's got the final transfer spot. Here comes John Coots after him in that number 13 ride. Started deep in the field, and at number 13, he's already up to 5th spot. Dan Renner's gone +6, 10th up to 4th as the final transfer spot. Ryan McCarty in 3rd. Connor Hamilton runs in the 2nd spot. Ethan Johnson is your leader as we go on board with 5th place running John Coots.
John Coots running in position number 5 in the 13 car to the back bumper of the 29 of Dan Ritter, holding that 4th and final transfer spot. Still to the inside works the number 13, Jerry.
They'll hurry on down. This one kind of stringing itself out. Everybody finding that boxcar formation as they rip the lip off of turn number 4. This time you've got 5 down and 3 remaining. Johnson, Hamilton, McCarty, and Renner. Those are your top 4 transfer cars. They'll bring them on down. Tip of the green, 2 to go.
Oh, we know up there at the Cabaret in Carthage, they're following that 2nd place car, the 3 of Connor Hamilton. They're cheering him on as he gets to the back bumper of Ethan Johnson off of turn number 4, down to the starter stand and back to turn number 1. White flag is out, top 3, right there together as they hit the backstretch for the final time.
For the final time, coming into turn number 3, here comes a 3 car, Connor Hamilton for a slide job. Cannot make a stick. He will finish in that 2nd place spot. 3rd will go to Ryan McCarty, and 4th to John Coots in the 13. But taking home the heat race win is going to be the 33 of Ethan Johnson.
Boy, some close action there once again. The rest of your unofficial finish for the Jack's Custom Rods heat race number 5. Dan Renner there in the 5th spot. Bruce Jones in 6th. Aiden Lloyd from 9th up 7. Nick Beinhoff and Mitch Lupkas's number 6 will finish in 8th. Alex Tietjen 9th, and Skylar Devaney was 10th. Oh boy, the racing continues, and now, guys, it's going to get wild right here. We're set for a C main. Top 4 finishers are going to go on to the B feature here. This C main, taking a look at the lineup, it goes with Aiden Lloyd on the pole, the 99, Colton Anderson, 514 outside of him. Row 2, the 55, Christopher Murray inside, Kevin Rost on the outside of the 71. Bob Vestman in the 15, and the 6 of Nick Beinhoff making up row number 3. Row number 4, Jordan Gage, last week's 3rd place finisher. He'll, and a quick timer tonight, he'll set in the 7th starting spot on the grid. 8th starter is Elliot Amdahl, the Beef, in car number 51. Moving to the 5th row, it's Shane Lewis, the 25 inside, outside 89, Benjamin Schaefer. Row number 6, Alex Tietjen in the 32 and 88, Travis Johnson outside of him. Row number 7, we'll have John Whitman in the 38 and the 24 of Kevin Plagman side by side. They start 13th and 14th. The 15th starters, Anthony Anderson in car 63, Skylar Devaney in the 8 will start outside row number 8. Row number 9 will be made up of Dan Roman in the 91. So that is your starting lineup for the C main here tonight. 4 transfers going on to the B feature. See the field getting set. The iRacing pace vehicle will pace them over to turn number 4. Oh boy. Things are moving quick here tonight, guys. This bull ring, I'm sweating. I'm out of breath. I can't imagine what these drivers feel like right now.
That's the joy of iRacing. It moves very, very quickly. Like we said, we saw Aiden Lloyd there on the pole. He was in that last heat race. He's already going to work him on in. Hang on, somebody about getting the pace truck down on the inside. Let's take a look for the race lead. Here comes that 23 machine. Working to the top side. That'll be Colton Anderson, your race leader. The 99 of Lloyd. Then it's Gage and Luke. He's working the number 4 spot deep in the field. They'll start to work this thing single file.
The number 6 there with Nick Bienhoff behind the wheel. Actually has Mitch Lupkus' entire iRacing ride over at his house until football season is done. When Mitch is done with that, then Nick said he'll buy his own ride. Right now, he runs at a transfer spot in that 6 machine. Of course, seen him go to victory lane multiple times through comparableVehicles.com. Tri-State late models. Right now, the driver of that number 6 car trying to hold on to the final transfer spot. But Jordan Gage in front of him. Aiden Lloyd, Colton Anderson, your top 4.
Colton Anderson with the race lead, though, in car number 23. It's going to be Aiden Lloyd sitting in that second spot. And now we go on board with the 02 of Jordan Gage, top 4 transfer to the B feature out of this 18-car field, Jerry.
They'll work him down. Like we said, this is for a better starting spot in the race up and coming. That battle for the 2 spot. You see it, Jordan Gage has now moved that 02 machine around Aiden Lloyd. Lloyd down there on the bottom side. Lloyd will work that machine numbers deep down into turn number 3. The 02 of Gage up on the outside. It's still Colton Anderson, your leader, as laps winding down.
Anderson, a little bit of concrete rub there into turn number 1, allowing Jordan Gage to close in on him. They run 1-2 around the top side of the speedway while Aiden Lloyd tickles the tires on the bottom of turns 3 and 4. 2 laps to go in tonight's C-Main. It's still Colton Anderson and Jordan Gage right there together side by side as I go to turn 3, Scotty.
And it's going to be Nick Bienhoff in that 4th and final transfer spot with 1 to go. Colton Anderson, he is going to cross the line in first. Jordan Gage going to pick up second. Oh, that is not the checker flag, excuse me. Coming off turn number 4 this time there's the checkered flag. It is going to be Colton Anderson, Jordan Gage, Aiden Lloyd, and it's going to be Nick Bienhoff transferring to the B feature.
You know, I talked to Nick after last week's race. He hadn't done a whole lot of iRacing, Nick Bienhoff, and he said, you know, it's a lot like real racing. You can spend all day preparing for the race, and then you get to turn number 1 of your event, and someone wipes you out, and you're all done and disappointed. And he said that is exactly like real racing, too. I got a good laugh out of that as we get set. B-Main action brought to us by Caleb Johnson Racing. I'll pull the line up here, guys. Let's take a look at this starting grid for the Caleb Johnson Racing B-Main. 4 more tickets to the big dance up for grabs. Gentlemen?
So we'll take a look at row number 1 to 23. That is, help me with the name on that one, Scott.
Ice Cold Michelob and Caleb Volts.
So it's just like you think it is, right? There you go.
Well, no, you think it's Michelob, but it's Michaela, but yeah, no, we like to have fun.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's the Volts machine right on up there. Then we'll see Lance Ripka there in the 125. It'll be in sights in the 3 1/4, and the 07 is Austin Hahn. Dan Renner in the 29, and Adam Cooper in the 04 make up row number 3. Caleb Johnson, the 22, and Travis Bott, the 16, row 4. Row 5 is Andrew Chenoweth and Bruce Jones. Kristen Hamilton, the 014, and Ross Van Eck. They're in the 444. Go to row number 6. Row 7, John Hofer, the 94, the 187 of Matt Juratowski. We'll see your B-Main transfer, your C-Main transfer cars. Colton Anderson in the 514. Jordan Gage, the 02, the 99 of Aiden Lloyd, and Mitch Lucas in the, I know that's not Mitch, but I can't remember the name, but he's running back there. And oh, look at that. It's got the Hawkeyes on it. It's got the Tiger Hawk on it. I love it. I love it.
So we are green already on this one. 12 laps the distance. Top 4 moving on. And they're upside down on the front straightaway. All sorts of chaos. And it takes a meteor strike to get a caution in the B-Main. So we race on. Michaela Volts, Ice Cold Michelob back in the blue. He's your race leader as they put the first lap in the books.
Lance Ripka running in that second place spot in the 125. Dan Renner in the 29 up third. Austin Hahn in the 07. We got contact out on the racetrack, but we're still lean in green, Jerry.
They'll work him on down. It'll be Vulture race leader. Like we said, let's take a look at this battle for the number 4 spot. That's the transfer. Austin Hahn right there in the 07 has got it, and he's got company. Down to the side comes a 22 of Caleb Johnson. Johnson, your quick time qualifier tonight in a B-Main, trying to race his way into the A-Main. Can he do it? He'll go to the inside of Austin Hahn, down the front straightaway to turn 1.
Hahn has his sights on the 29 of Dan Renner as they work their way off of turn number 2. Caleb Johnson took a look to the inside. Just saw Nick Biodoff having to tap out of this B-main event. Side by side for the last transfer spot. Give it to Caleb Johnson. Johnson charging forward. He's got 4th and looking for more as he comes after the 29 of Renner.
Johnson working the inside of the track, now trying to get to the back door of the 29 of Renner. Lance Ripka still sits in that second place spot. Out in front, though, Ice Cold Michelob, Caleb Volz on the top side of the racetrack in car 23.
Volz will still lead the field on down and around as this one winding down, 6 down this time as they hurry down the front straightaway, working lap number 7. It is Volz, your race leader. Ripka working the 2 spot. Renner and Hahn, your top 4. Hahn right there securely in the number 4 spot at this point, but here comes Caleb Johnson one more time, swings to the inside, nothing to be had as they final work him down into turn number 1 and 2.
Caleb Johnson has had to give up on that bottom line. He saw Hahn go back around him on the outside. He's had to move up. He runs the middle of the racetrack. Dan Renner in the final transfer spot in the 29, trying to hold on with that Airman 29 machine. He's got all sorts of pressure now from Caleb Johnson. Just as we say that, Johnson hits the concrete, and here comes Jordan Gage from the C-Main, is up to the 7th spot. Travis Bott right there ready to get into the mix as well. Lap and a half to go.
On board with Caleb Johnson right now, getting around the 29 of Dan Renner for that 4th and final transfer spot. Austin Hahn up to 3rd now as you see Lance Ripka running the tires on the bottom. It is going to be Jordan Gage, though, sits a couple spots out in position number 6 in the O2 car, as that's going to be the checkered flag, going to be Caleb Volz, Lance Ripka, Austin Hahn, and Caleb Johnson punching their tickets to the A-Main.
Oh, how about it for Jordan Gage from the C-Main? Made up 10 spots in that quick B-Main. He'll finish in the 6th position in that Caleb Johnson Racing B-Main. Wow, guys, it's 8:47. We've been on air for 47 minutes. We've been racing for 30 minutes or so, and we've put 5 heat races, a C, a B, main, and quick time into the books. We're set 50 laps on deck. Oh, my. Right now, cars hitting the racetrack. Quick warm-up session. Last chance for you all as you watch this nice free live feed. Share this with the Buzz Be Gone A-Main right around the corner. And if you haven't, let us know where you're watching tonight. Make sure to do so. I've seen everywhere from Pennsylvania has checked in here tonight. I also saw, did I see Florida had checked in? We know there's usually a lot of Oregon here watching Kevin Plegman. So, yeah, let us know if you're local. Maybe you're in the Sioux Falls, Madison areas. Brandon, where I am. Maybe you're in Iowa. Maybe you're in Nebraska. Let us know. Or maybe you're way out there, too. We'd love to hear from you. Guys, a lot of racing here tonight. We've put all of the Restad Design Center heat races into the books. And, oh, boy, am I looking forward to this Buzz Be Gone A-Main.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be a action-packed A-Main. If those heat races and last chance qualifiers showed us anything, we are definitely in for a treat here for the Buzz Be Gone A-Main feature.
Next,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to mention next Wednesday night, we're going to do this again, but we're going to change it up as we do every week. 360 sprint cars at the Knoxville Raceway next Wednesday night with the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros right here on Advantage Racing TV.
You guys are coming to hang out down here by me?
Well,
I mean,
that's
only 40 minutes. That's only 40 minutes from my house.
From where I am right now, it's 7 days away, right here in the easy chair next Friday night.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of iRacing, man.
I know. It was like, I had to kind of get ready to go, and usually, when it's an hour or hour and a half drive to the races, and it's not. I just walked out of the living room into the office, and here we go. We're at the races. I love it.
SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros right here tonight on Advantage Racing TV. Asphalt Pros, your one-stop shop for all of your asphalt paving and repair needs. Asphalt Pros has the experience and the equipment for residential and commercial jobs of any size. Asphalt Pros bringing you the SODAK iRacing Series 10 weeks of action. We're on week number 2. Coming up next will be our Buzz Be Gone A-Main. Buzz Be Gone, a pest control company out of Larchwood, Iowa. They'll serve your farm or your feedlot, your dairy operation, or residential pest control needs. That's Buzz Be Gone, bringing us tonight's A-Main. Of course, we'll have the $20 Pivot Company's Hard Charger Award up for grabs, and one of these drivers could take the Broken Arrow Whitetails Back Road Challenge tonight. That would be $60 for any driver who would start at the back and claim the win in tonight's feature event. So a lot on the line as we get set a minute and a half away from staging for tonight's A feature.
So if you're watching, time to run to the fridge quick. Maybe you were like Ross Van Eck in that B-Main and you were ready for chicken strips and cheese and like crash out early. I want to go back and watch the replay of that. He kind of chopped the nose off of somebody back there, that 444.
Oh yeah, we've got people tuned in here closely. Jeff Mott's in his recliner with a cold one. Hi, Jeff. Canton, South Dakota, Mitchell, South Dakota, Hills, Minnesota, all checking in here tonight.
Fargo, North Dakota as well.
Oh. Bet it's been cold up there too. Yeah, there it is. Mark is watching from Florida. Oh, this is really cool. So cool to see so many people tuning in from such a variety of locations. When this all come about with Troy Schurz and group put this together last year when COVID struck, we never thought we'd have people from Florida or Pennsylvania watching our SODAK iRacing series, but hey, here we are. And hope you all are enjoying on this Wednesday night, no matter where you're located from or where you're tuned in from. With Scotty DeYoung and Jerry Van Sickle, I'm Sean Neested. Our true pleasure to be here with you all on this Wednesday night. Oh, guys, it is just about time for that Buzz Be Gone A-Main. The warm-ups have about 10 seconds left.
We'll count it down. 8, 7. I'm not going to count it down. I'm excited.
If you are tuned in tonight, please be sure to share this post as well, as we're just about to go A feature racing here for our Buzz Be Gone A feature event.
Oh, yeah, it's time. This is where we'd usually, cue that music and we'd get everything set. But, Facebook, you can't do that music stuff. But we can give you a starting lineup, and it can let you know it goes like this. Starting on the outside of your 12th row, he is the Knoxville Raceway Rookie of the Year in 360 sprints this year. Starting 24th to 22 of Caleb Johnson. And your 23rd starter is driver of car 07. It's Austin Hahn.
Starting in your 22nd spot, it's going to be the 125 of Lance Ripka. And to the inside, it's going to be the 23 Ice Cold Michelob of Caleb Volz.
Going to your 20th and 19th starters, we'll see the 13 of John Coots, and it'll be, you guys always are going to stick me with the hard names the first night. That's Trey. Thiesenvitz. I had to think about the way you told me to say it. Yes, yeah. Last night we were talking. So Trey starting there in the 19th starting spot.
Starting road number 9 on the outside, it's Dylan Sampson, the 37, and starting 17th, last year's late model winner, the 5 of Tyler Johnson.
To the outside of row number 8, your 16th starting spot is going to be the 09 of Dominic Dobesh. And to the inside, the 111 Ryan McCarty.
Going to row number 7 to the outside, it is Tyler Gorel. And the 4 and the 75 to the inside is Dylan Workman.
The 12th starter is the driver of car number 1. It's Travis Shores. And starting 11th on the grid, it's the number 20 of Austin Opdahl.
Your top 10 starters go like this. To the outside in the 98 car, that's going to be No Lift, Nate Barger. And to the inside, the number 2, Brandon Grilly.
4th row consists of the 33 of Ethan Johnson to the outside and Kyle Roseboom in the 42 in the 7th starting spot.
Row 3, Brett Nielsen, the 10, the 41, Jordan Opdahl.
It's going to be row 2, Evan Miller and Connor Hamilton. And then BROC, STOUT, and Tanner Koster on your front row.
There we go. Green flag is already out. 50 laps the distance as we hustle down into turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. Man, they are fanning out deep in the field. 2, 3, and 4 wide racing all the way around Limaland here tonight.
Oh, looking at that fourth spot. Nate Barger's made up 5 positions and into the top 5. That Pepsi 98 works the inside off of turn number 4. He is on the inside of Jordan Updahl. They go side by side, past the flag stand, back to turn number 1.
Back behind him, a pack of wild dogs, as Jay Kelly would say, off of turn number 2 down the backstretch. 3-4 wide as they come down the front stretch into turn number 1. Tanner Koster, still your race leader in car 97.
We'll watch this battle back here for 7, 8, 9. That's Travis Shores, Brent Nielsen, and Dominic Dobish. They're in the 09 car. They have been 2 and 3 wide racing from the drop of the green flag, sitting right there. Sean, of course, picked up your heat race number 1 earlier this evening. Man, what a battle. Now we take a look at it once again. That 42, Shores, Grosboom, and then Nielsen back there. Now Workman's working into the 9th spot.
Yeah, watching the 75, Dylan Workman, he's moved up 4 spots. Tyler Corral's 4 spots. Dominic Dobish is getting 5 spots. They were on 9th, 10th, and 11th on the field. Right now, it's Tanner Koster out to a 4/10 of a second lead over the 3 of Connor Hamilton. Hamilton running in the 2nd spot. As we go on board, in 9th place running Dylan Workman. He tucks in line behind the 10 of Brett Nielsen. Coming off turn number 4, they're 3 wide.
3 wide for that position there, as we were just on board with last week's A feature winner, currently in the 8th position, as he's still trying to work in contact with Brett Nielsen. It's going to bring out a caution with Brandon Grilly, John Coots involved as well, and the 33 car involved. Caution coming out on lap number 9.
The caution coming out, guys. That's watching that battle starting to ensue for the race lead. Tanner Koster had been running near the top, and I've been watching the 3 of Connor Hamilton. He is starting to roll the middle of the racetrack, and it is coming to his liking, and we'll have to see now with coming back to the caution if it's going to cool any tires down or if it's going to take that line and kind of, just like it does outside, in the iRacing virtual world, the track conditions changed under caution.
With last week's A feature winner, currently in the 8th position, as he's still trying to work in contact with Brett Nielsen. It's going to bring out a caution with Brandon Grilly, John Coots involved as well, and the 33 car involved.
Early on, though, guys, I'm seeing 3 really good lines. Drivers running the bottom, drivers up there on the concrete, and they're able to come through the middle as well as we get set for a double file restart. Oh, here we go. It is Tanner Koster, your race leader, but he will have that 3 of Connor Hamilton right there with them. We come back to the green off turn number 4, Scotty.
As we come back to the green, Tanner Koster's going to lead him. He's going to go through the middle now. Not Nate Barger, but caution comes out. I believe that was not a good start from race control, so they're going to call that start back.
You had to watch it. I wondered if that was going to happen. The front row got together as they were into turn number 3. They made contact and stacked the field up on him behind him. So we'll see as this one get ready to come back to the caution flag. Get ready to go back to the green flag. We'll get him in line, get him woed up.
You know what I love about this iRacing stuff is, we were talking about the racetracks changing. You're to see these race cars change as well, because I'm seeing more and more and more crumpled sheet metal out there on these race cars as well.
Yes, there is what we would call plenty of right side romance here tonight as they finally tuck up behind that Chevrolet Silverado iRacing pace truck and get this field set and ready to go.
That pace truck pulls out wherever it damn well pleases, and then it's the leader's job to go find them. They're not the professional pace truck drivers like we have around these parts.
No, they are no Gary Price. They are no Wally, I'll tell you that.
See, I called him Wally last week. My son Hayden gave me a look like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I'll explain to you later.
Barney's on the flag stand.
That's
right.
I've known Gary Price for probably 35 years, and I didn't realize until about a handful of years ago his actual name was Gary. Everybody calls him Wally. Wally pulls it on in, and we go to the green flag. This time a single file restart would be Kester leading the field off a turn number 2 and down the back straightaway.
Nate Barger right there in the third spot, taking a peek to the inside of Connor Hamilton as Hamilton works the middle, coming after your race leader, Tanner Koster. Brock Stout running in fourth, Travis Shores +7. He's in the top 5, but pressure from Tyler Gorel, who's gone +8 from the drop of the green. A lot of drivers making their way through the field in this 50-lap Buzz Be Gone A-Main.
Working 3 wide through the corners for that race lead. Barger upstairs now into the wall. Brock Stout with him as we go on board with Travis Shures to the middle of the track now in the number 1 car.
They'll work them on down the front straightaway. Oh, got a couple of them crossed on up. That's going to bring out the caution flag. Yellow flag on speedway for a couple that got around just right in front of your leader.
So now we've got 13 laps in tonight's Buzz Be Gone A feature event. That Pivot Company's Hard Charger Award, still anybody's guess. I was just talking about Travis Shores going +7 over the course of this one. And boy, a lot of drivers. Tyler Gorel is charging through the field in that number 4 machine. Plenty of passing and plenty of action so far early in this one. The driver up front that's liking this. He's not been much part of the action so far. That's Tanner Koster, the defending champion of the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros. Your race leader in that 97 machine. Didn't have a lot of luck on his side last week. Kind of got wrecked out of his heat race, got wrecked out of the B or C main. Right now, he's in the catbird seat, leading us back to a restart. Pace truck ready to drop him off already.
As they come to the green flag, Tanner Koster is going to lead them. Great start for Koster in the 97 car, but here comes the 98 to the bottom side. Brock Stout into the wall, 3-4 deep off of turn number 2, down the backstretch of the turn number 3.
They'll hurry down there. Look at this. The action is going to be right and tight behind him for the number 3 spot. Shores there to the inside of the 1 car. The outside is Brock Stout, going to rip the lip and work it down the front straightaway. Or down the back straightaway. They'll hustle into turn number 3 and 4. Hang on, a little bit of White Castle's coming. They were sent back, not.
Oh my, battle for that lead. Tanner Koster and the 98 of Nate Barger. They've got traffic looming in front of them. The traffic in front of them looks to be the 33 ride. All the leaders coming up on them. Here comes the one of Travis Shores looking to the inside of Nate Barger as they rip down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Top 4 all bunched together as we enter traffic and come down the front chute, Scotty.
Lap traffic becoming a factor here. The 97 car going to put it 3 wide with a lap car, the 33. Now Nate Barger to the inside of the racetrack trying to get a run on the 97 car of Koster.
Good move there for Nate Barger. He gets a run into turn number 1. They go, here comes the one of Travis Shores. He dips to the bottom through the middle. He's able to clear the lap car and now sets his sights on the 98 of Barger. As we say that, Shores gets a little bit of the contact with the concrete. Race for the lead into turn number 1. Here comes Nate Barger on the bottom as they stack him up on the front straightaway, and the caution comes out. Oh my, Scotty, we're just shy of the halfway point of this one. In fact, 19 laps in, I do believe. Make that 20 laps into the books here. Oh boy, Tanner Koster, lots of company. The 98 of Nate Barger, we know he is hungry for an iRacing win with this series. And then you've got the one of Travis Shores, who is charged from deep in the field in third. Oh boy, this has been a good one thus far, and we're not even quite halfway there.
Your defending champion, the 97 of Tanner Koster. Tough luck last week. Now finds himself out in front trying to defend his championship. No lift Nate Barger. You noticed tonight, Sean, Nate last year was known for riding around the top. Now tonight, riding around the bottom, something we haven't seen Nate do a lot, as you see heavy damage to the right rear fender of that 1 car. Travis Shores, like you said, racing his way through the field and up to that 3rd place position.
Into the top 5, the driver we talked about winning last year in the late models, that's Tyler Johnson. As we come back to the green, side by side, Tanner Koster, 98, Nate Barger. They break formation. Here we go into turn number 1. Koster to the bottom, Barger ripping the left slider, and we race for the lead down the back straightaway.
Tyler Johnson in the 5 car. Where did he come from as he comes into the mix? 3 wide off turn number 4 down the front stretch now into turn number 1. Nate Barger trying to get the race lead from Coster. Work in the middle. Tyler Johnson down low as he battles right behind your race leaders with a 1 at Travis Shures.
Now they'll work side by side down the front straightaway. It'll be 97 still of Coster, your race leader. Man, what a battle. Like we said, watching Tyler Johnson in that 5 car. He has been moving and shaking and chocolate cake bacon all the way through the field in that 5 machine as he started deep in this one. Battle now ensues. 3 cars breaking away. 4 now 5 car battle for the race lead.
Goodness sakes, I don't want to take away from that battle up front, but I just caught the 7th place car. That's Caleb Johnson, the 22 machine. He's charged to 17 positions as we hit the halfway point net time by. So a lot of drivers coming through the field as we see the 22 of Johnson making his way up to 6th as they're still side by side for the race lead at halfway.
Johnson running in that 6th position, put it 3 deep now, almost 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes Barger to the inside. Coster is going to carry the momentum down the straightaway and into the corner now as caution coming out as we're halfway down, halfway to go.
Caution on the racetrack. Couple of them getting together off of turn number 2 as the yellow flag comes out. Pace truck rolls back to the speedway, and man, what a race this thing is. Like you said, taking a look. Tyler Johnson, the 22 of Caleb Johnson, working from deep in the field, have brought those machines up, and they are going to be contending for a feature win here tonight.
Oh my, what is it, like plus 13 for Tyler Johnson, like 17 for Caleb? Wow, that's impressive. And we're just at halfway, guys. This Buzz Be Gone A-Main tonight, living up to the hype that we have been talking about for the last 65 minutes as they get doubled up behind that pace vehicle for the restart here of the second half of tonight's Buzz Be Gone A-Main.
Definitely been an exciting feature, as well as you both mentioned drivers coming out of nowhere and into the top 5 as we're set to go green here, Jerry.
They'll bring him down to the green flag, waving in the starter stand. It'll be once again Tanner Coster back to the race lead, but as they work him in there, they will stack him up tight and right. Back to the fan out 4 wide off of turn number 2 and down into turn number 3. Watch the 41 of Opdahl. Opdahl working the bottom of the racetrack. They'll go 4 wide down the front straightaway. Oh, Doctor, what a race.
If it were physically possible, they'd go 4 and 5 wide. Now they're still 4 wide, now 3 wide as they hit turn number 3. Oh my, it's getting good here tonight with the SODAK iRacing Series as the 22 of Caleb Johnson. Yes, that is him from 21 positions back. Now he loses 1. He's going plus 20. He was in the 4th spot. Now they're 4 wide with all sorts of contact in turn 4. 5 wide.
Contact being made, but we're still lean, mean, and green. Battle for the race lead between Coster and Barger, and it's a wild madhouse right behind them. Caleb Johnson, Travis Shures, Dylan Workman in there as well. BROC, STOUT, and Tyler Johnson is still with the race lead up front. It's going to be Nick Barger by just a hair. Travis Shures running in that 3rd spot. Tanner Coster in 2nd, and it's anybody's guess who has 4th, 5th, and 6th right behind them.
I tell you what, plenty of right side romance and left side level with fenders and fat tires. Here are your late models tonight. Work on down the front straightaway or down the back straightaway. Still watching this battle. 3 cars battling for the 3, 4, and 5 spot. That is Shures in a 1, the 22 of Johnson, and the 4 machine of Goro. Goro back to the outside. Now he'll tickle the tires down to the bottom as they hurry down into turn number 3. Battle now ensuing for the lead.
I've got a problem. I don't know where to watch. You've got Nate Barger, Tanner Coster continuing to race for the lead. Barger has it for the moment. Then behind them, it's absolute insanity. 3 wide for 3rd. Goro on the bottom. Johnson in the middle. Shores on the top. And then they're 3 wide right behind that. Oh, my. It's a good one. Still 3 wide for that spot as the yellow flag comes out once again. Oh my, as I see the 42 of Kyle Roseboom turn around over there in turn number 4. Boy, you know, it's real tough watching the action like this when you don't know where to watch. The racing is that good.
You know, I'm going to take a look at the field here. This is my kind of first time jumping in on this SODAK league, as I've had a chance last year to work a handful of different leagues. And man, the caliber of drivers in this feature, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 world-class drivers in this feature alone on a Wednesday night league. And that just goes to, you know, taking a look at this. You've got nobody, I mean, got a rookie there. With Ripka back there in the 125 of the in the R status, but you look at this, everybody is an A, B, or a C class world driver in this feature here tonight.
And most everybody from right here around South Dakota, Iowa, Minnesota, a little bit of Nebraska, as we get double filed. About 15 laps to go, guys. I think patience is out the window. It's about to become a madhouse. Back to the green flag, Scotty.
As the green flag flies, is going to be Nate Barger in the 98 onto the bottom side of the racetrack. Tanner Koster up top. Here comes Caleb Johnson trying to get to the second place spot. He will do so. Now trying to get to the back bumper of the 98.
Johnson down there tickles the tires off of 4 and down the front straight away. They'll work down to the bottom side. Now you see the racetrack has changed. Everybody is going to the bottom side, and that is where the 98 of Nate Barger is going to keep working. Now Johnson coming to the bottom side. They'll work off of 2 down the back straightaway. Now down the front straightaway. It is still a dogfight for your top 10.
Been watching Caleb Johnson. He is flirting with disaster on the bottom of the racetrack. You can get a little bit inside those tires that mark the bottom of the racetrack, but they can upset your car in a hurry. As we just saw the contact with the concrete, we run to the 5th spot on board the 1 of Travis Shores, ripping off turn number 2 on the back straightaway. Got the number 4 of Tyler Gorel and the 5 of Tyler Johnson working to our inside. We come down to the front straightaway. We've got just over 10 laps to go as Caleb Johnson got out of shape and lost several spots. Yellow flag is out.
That may have saved Johnson there, as like he said, he got all kinds of crossed up.
All kinds of crossed up, he did.
We'll have to see where the iRacing scorers put him on this restart. Looks like he has charged his way back up there to 3rd, where he'll restart behind the 98 of Nate Barger and 97 of Tanner Koster.
Don't count out Travis Shores just yet. He had a handful of wins last year in that 1 car, and he's still working in the top 5, as well as Gorel in the number 4 car, and Tyler Johnson in the 5 on the outside looking in.
Well, the 53 of Trey Thiesenvitz, he has stalled out on the front straightaway. Not sure what's going on with that ride. Boy, oh boy. Glad you guys all have the scoring ticker as you're watching this feed on top of us to keep up with the laps and where everybody's running, because we talk about racing at Houston sometimes, like throwing 24 ice cubes in a blender and hitting it on high. Well, that's exactly what's going on tonight with the SODAK Series event.
Yeah, I'm glad the old ticker's working on the second screen, because I don't know if I'd be able to keep up with all the action that's out here.
Better keep up. We're back to the green flag, Steve. It's the 98 of Barger leading us back to turn number 1. Oh, we'll contact the 4 of Gorel going around.
And that's going to bring the caution back out. So caution out once again. No laps complete. Still 10 laps to go up on the board.
Here is where it is. Elbows up, gloves come off, caution to the wind, and it's going to get on. I mean, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. Everybody within this last 10 laps knows that it's time to win it or wear it, or checkers or wreckers. So we'll see what happens. As man, hate to see the cautions come out this late in the feature. Hopefully we can get back to that rhythm and get going once again.
We've been watching a lot of double file restarts. Got to wonder when the folks officiating tonight's SODAK iRacing Series event presented by Asphalt Pros, if we will go to single file restarts. And I believe with the immediate caution right there, this one will likely be a single file restart. So that'll change everything when they race back down to turn number 1. Such an impressive run tonight for the 22 of Caleb Johnson from so deep in the field. Travis Shores started deep in the field. 21 positions gained for Caleb Johnson, 8 positions gained for Travis Johnson, 12 for Tyler Johnson, 9 for Nate Barger. Keep in mind, he started 10th, so here he's been running around towards the front. It's easy to forget that he's been a hard charger himself, leading this one as we get set for the green flag again off turn number 4.
That he is. So coming off turn number 4, single file restart here with 10 laps to go. Green flag is out and we're back underway with Nate Barger, your race leader.
Barger's going to lead him on down. It's going to be Johnson back there. Tickle the tires off a 2 and down the back straightaway. Barger there. We saw Johnson kind of upset the race car. He'll look to the outside of this time. It is that 97 of Coster. Coster has been in the top 2 all the way from the drop of the green flag, not marring from the top side. He is married to the lip as they tug the tires on the bottom. 1, 2, and 3 down in the turn.
Still a good close battle up there. Top 4, throw a blanket over them. Looks like that bottom line getting a little bit quicker as Johnson now has the advantage over the 97 of Coster. Caleb Johnson now running in second. Tyler Johnson, by the way, is in 5th. Dylan Workman, who we saw in an incident earlier, he's back in the top 10 as we race for the lead. Caleb Johnson shuffling the 98 of Nate Barger into the middle of the racetrack, and Caleb Johnson leads for the first time.
Out of a B feature, the 22 car with race lead. Now 6 laps to go. Now 5 to go as they cross the line. 22 car, your race leader. Barger shuffled back to second, 3 wide behind them. Down the backstretch into turn number 3.
We've been watching Johnson just kind of peeding and picking him off when he could. Quick time qualifier tonight, like we said, had to come out of a B main. Started deep in this one, and he has raced his way there. That right there shows why he is the man to beat tonight. Off of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, now off of 4 and down into turn number 1. Laps winding down. They are just the tip of the green and 2 to go.
3 wide for the second spot. Here comes Tyler Johnson. Here comes Tanner Coster. Barger changes his line, goes to the top. They were 3 wide for that position. Barger, Coster, Johnson racing for the spot right in front of Shores. Down the back straightaway with a lap and a half remaining.
Lap and a half remaining. Contact between Barger and Tyler Johnson in the 5 car. We are under caution once again. Contact between Nate Barger and Tyler Johnson, bringing out the caution with just a few laps to go.
Oh boy. Well, I think Jerry, you might have said it best. Gloves are off now.
Oh yeah, I'm going back and kind of watching the replay on that. I was kind of watching that while you guys were talking about that with Johnson. Just kind of a racing deal. They come off of 2, got down the back straightaway, and then Barger kind of was coming down as Johnson was going up. They got together and just real estate had run out. Apparently the sheriff's foreclosure sale, the closed bid was done, and it was not for Johnson.
Looks like the officials have sent Nate Barger to the back for that one. So from that position, Barger, Coster, Johnson racing for the spot right in front of Shores. Down the back straightaway with a lap and a half remaining.
Lap and a half remaining. Contact between Barger and Tyler Johnson.
Right there, the 1 of Travis Shores. Dylan Workman from that early race incident. He's back to 4th. We're back to green, white, checkered.
Green, white, checkered finish, and it's immediately Caleb Johnson to the inside, Inner Coster up top. Here comes Shores and Workman right behind him as well. Caleb Johnson leads, 1 lap to go.
Final time, they'll work him around Limaland down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Johnson gonna work the bottom side. Workman coming to the 75. They'll fan it out 3 deep down the back straightaway. Into 3 off of 4. It's gonna be Caleb Johnson. Checkers and the win. What an impressive run. Coster, Shores, Workman, Stout. That's your top 5. And what an amazing late model feature here tonight on the SODAK League.
Wow. From a B main to an A main win. This will be his first win at the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Asphalt Pros. Of course, we are talking about the driver of car 22. Caleb Johnson gets the win. We'll have a chance to hear from all of our podium finishers here in a moment. I'm going to guess these guys are probably sweating just a little bit as they're sitting there in their iRacing rigs. I see right here in victory lane, climbing out of that car, Caleb Johnson. Oh my! Tell me, you're getting out of that car. You've got let's pretend this is real. You've got crew all around you. What do you scream as you turn and face the crowd who can't believe they just watched a B main runner come to the front and pick up the win?
I am not really quite sure how I did that either, honestly. Put in quite a bit of practice this week, and I don't know. Sometimes you just got to be lucky.
You're a sprint car guy, so what does it mean for you to get into one of these late models and have success?
It's honestly pretty cool. Typically, I don't really race these very often here on iRacing. Like you said, I'm a sprint car driver, so typically I spend most of my time doing that. But it's fun to hop in these and race against all these guys. It's pretty competitive night in and night out, so I think it's pretty cool.
Was it as crazy on the racetrack driving as it looked like from our vantage point watching this thing? That looked insane.
Yeah, absolutely. For a while there, I think we were going 4 wide back probably for 10th or so, and things got a little hairy, but I seemed to be able to stick the middle line and make it work.
You have to feel good getting the win here. Next week, we take 360 sprint cars and the Knoxville Raceway on the docket. I'm going to guess you probably feel pretty good going to that combination, being that it's a little more familiar, let's say.
Yeah, hopefully. I'll have to put in some more practice next week. Typically, so I'm not very good at Knoxville on a 360, so I would say I have a little work to do, especially against all these guys. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. To my memory, off the top of my head, I cannot think of anyone coming from a B main and getting a win with the SODAK iRacing Series before. So 23 positions gained. You're also going to pick up tonight's Pivot Company's Hard Charger Award. Unbelievable run. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Thank you. Again, Caleb Johnson picks up the win here tonight. Second place finisher, Tanner Koster. Scotty DeYoung, let's talk to him.
Tanner coming home in the second place spot tonight. Tough luck last week in the 410s at USA, now in the late models. How crazy was it battling up front with Nate Barger for most of the race and then Caleb Johnson coming in there the last few laps?
Oh, it was absolutely crazy. I didn't feel like I was the quickest car the majority of that race. I felt a little better towards the end, but I mean, it was just dead even race, and Nate was hitting the bottom perfect, and I was just trying not to destroy the wall up there. But I mean, sucks to come home second. Congrats to Caleb. It's cool for him to win, I'm sure, but after last week, this is practically a win. So
now, when you're battling up front with a guy like with Nate Barger, and you look in your mirror and just see that chaos coming up behind you, what's going through your head here and saying, what do I have to do to stay up front and get that podium finish?
yeah, I mean, I couldn't really see much. Like I said, I could see Nate for the most part down there, and we were side by side, and most of what I could see behind me in my mirror was just Trav just on my bumper, just waiting for me to mess up or waiting for something to happen. So I knew there was stuff going on back there, but I figured my best bet was just to keep it up front and see if I couldn't pull out a win. Late models typically aren't my strong suit, so, not upset with this at all.
We ask this question each and every week to our top three. Next week, 360s at Knoxville. What are you looking forward to next week, and what's your expectation?
Yeah, I mean, looking forward to getting back into something that's a little more comfortable. We've ran a lot of those, and I've seemed to run better in the 360 cars compared to other stuff, but I haven't ran them in a while. I know there's been some updates where the tracks have kind of changed how they wear and stuff, so it'll be we'll have to do some testing and get something worked out setup wise, see if we can't find a little something extra, but I think it should be a good fun race like usual.
So once again, finishing second here tonight, the 97, and your defending champion, Tanner Koster. Thank you for your time, and good luck next week. We're going to go to Jerry Van Sickle standing by with our third place finisher, the number 1, Travis Schurz. Jerry?
Oop, I think we lost Jerry for a second, so I'll jump in here. Travis, chaos all around you here tonight. I'm looking at your race car. Not a lot of straight sheet metal left on that one, so you have to feel good coming home on a podium here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. That was one of the crazier races I've been a part of. It was kind of hoping I was towards the front, was going to stay out of that, but the restarts were just insane. If you had the wrong spot or couldn't get going, I mean, you were stuck 4 wide, 3 wide, not knowing who was around you. So, yeah, to still be upright, pretty excited.
Upright's a good way to put that. The middle part of the race, when that track started to transition, how difficult was it not only to hit your marks, but also to know where to go? And then also, there were times you guys were 4 wide in your pack. So take us kind of through that physically and mentally, what it was like.
Wow, it was crazy. I mean, this track changes so much, from start to finish. Luckily, every groove is usable. If you don't get the spot you want, you can go down to the bottom. If you get stuck 3 wide, the middle, I was actually favoring for most of the race, and I thought that was the best line. towards the end, it got used up a little bit, had to move to the top. I was not going to go to the bottom if I didn't absolutely have to. I'd rather knock down the outside wall than go to the bottom. But towards the end, we had to go to the bottom. I mean, just the top was so gone. There was no cushion left. It was just riding the fence. So it's tough to stay on top of when the track changes. It's really hard to be the first one to find a fast line. But for a while there, we were hanging with them. Me and Nate and Tanner were basically 3 wide for the lead for quite a few laps. So the track was absolutely perfect in that aspect.
Agreed. Amazing racing. Great run here to finish on the podium. More than 50 cars checked in again here tonight. And as we've talked to the others on the podium tonight, looking forward to Knoxville next week. 360 sprints at Knoxville. You got the win there last year with that combination. So how do you feel heading there next week?
I feel good. It's probably my favorite car track combination. I've always ran pretty quick there. I haven't run there in quite a while. We've been focused on all this 410 stuff and late model stuff. So be fun to get back there. It always puts on a good race, and I know I should have a pretty good shot.
Looking forward to it. Congratulations tonight. Good luck next week. We'll see you then.
Sounds good. Thanks.
So Travis Shores will finish in the 3rd spot. Tanner Koster, your runner-up here tonight, and Caleb Johnson goes plus 23 positions to pick up the victory. Oh, J-Van, let's get your thoughts here tonight as we close up this SODAK iRacing series presented by Asphalt Pros. That was absolute insanity tonight.
Van Morrison said it best. It was fantabulous.
I like it. I like it.
It's awesome. It's fun. I kind of forgot how fun this can be. I mean, that was during the whole pandemic. I was like, you're doing what? I mean, people I work with I know what I do. Like, you mean to tell me you're announcing this stuff on a computer? And by the time it was all done, they were so bored at home themselves, they were watching this stuff. Like, hey, we watched you last night. And I'm like, you didn't watch me do nothing. I was just talking my gums off. But it's fun. It's neat to be back. It's kind of like going, being all winter gone from outside and getting that first night under your belt. And it was fun that you guys let me come in the house and play along tonight. It was great. It was a good time.
It was so good to have you here. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedule to be part of this broadcast tonight.
You make me feel so good when you lie to me like that.
You know how it is. Honestly, it was a lot of fun. Scotty, great to have you here tonight. From everybody chiming in on Facebook, thank you all for watching. There's a lot of great comments on Facebook, and yeah, you can bet there's some post-race discussions going on down there. That's on a whole different channel where all these drivers and the officials could all talk to each other. Boy, would it be fun to be a fly on the wall over there right now, do you think?
Oh, that always is an option.
Yeah, we might have to head over there here in a couple of minutes. Scotty, your thoughts here tonight. You're the guy who sees these tight bull rings week in, week out. Like down there at Raceway Park, we kind of compared this to repairablevehicles.com, Tri-State late models down there, and kind of a lot of the same. Drivers moving all over the racetrack, a lot of traffic, and a lot of passing.
Yeah, and just great door-to-door action all around the racetrack as well. Kind of reminded me of some Sunday Church of the Dirt South Dakota style. So these guys definitely put on a great show tonight. And the top story, Caleb Johnson, like you said, going plus 23 to get the win out of a B feature tonight. Just an amazing thing to see.
It's a busy night of racing, and it is a lot of racing going on when I just finished my first beer and the A feature is done. So I am way behind schedule on this Wednesday night thing, guys.
Can I get some Thin Mints?
Is that your jam? Thin Mints are your jam?
No, because you're acting like a Girl Scout. So I figured you had cookies for sale, and I would take some Thin Mints.
Oh, very good. That's going to do it, guys. Nobody wants to hear us ramble on. We've got this one in the books, but we've got 360 sprint cars next week at the Knoxville Raceway on the SODAK iRacing Series presented by Jordan Opdahl presented by Asphalt Pros. By the way, 2 weeks from tonight, modifieds at the Fairbury Speedway.
Oh, fouls.
Yeah.
On my birthday, no less, too.
So we're talking modifieds. We're talking Jerry's language now.
Grr, ground pounders. Love them. I like anything. Anything with 4 wheels and goes in circles, I'm okay with. Even the bangers down at Weaver Valley Speedway. I mean, that's why I've been trying to get that announcing gig down there. Paid $2,000 a night. Did you hear that? To announce the bangers down there. I mean, going to see. I might write a story for Bang Banger Monthly or something. You never know.
Hey, they had 1,200 of them last week. Checked in down there. So, yeah.
1269 or 1296 it was on my race pass.
That's right. So that is awesome. If you haven't followed that on Facebook yet, do it. We're doing you a big favor.
If you have nothing to do, it's kind of like watching The Bachelorette or The Tiger King. If you have nothing else to do, tune it in. You will still leave with nothing else to do.
Well, when the conversation turns to The Bachelorette and Tiger King, we know our broadcast here is done. Scotty, big thank you to all of you good folks down there in the world headquarters of Advantage Racing TV. I know a lot of good folks were helping out behind the scenes tonight.
Yeah, Ryan Dugan running our camera operations, and Tana running the broadcast side of things, and as well up here myself with announcing. So, and thank you to you, Sean, being here each and every week, and Jerry, it's been awesome having you on the broadcast, man. Definitely got to do this again sometime.
I'll be back. You know, I'm free on Wednesdays. It's a church night, and I'll get done in time, and I'll be okay.
I love it. All right. So for the entire crew with the Advantage Racing TV from their headquarters down there in Iowa, for Jerry Van Sickle, Scotty DeYoung, I'm Sean Neested. Good night, everybody, and thanks for tuning in for the SODAK iRacing series presented by Asphalt Pros, a production of Advantage Racing TV.